Hey guys, welcome back to Study Vlog. This is video number 7 and today I will be talking about algebra, the one topic that almost every student hates. So I'll be going through these 5 questions and hopefully by the end of it you will feel more confident in solving these types of questions. So firstly, we have this type of questions where they want you to expand the terms. One trick that I like to use is the rainbow method. Or, yeah, I guess that's what we call it. The rainbow method is when you focus on the first number, then time first number, then you times it with the first of the bracket. So x times x, that will equal to x squared. Then, we don't go to the second number yet. Okay, I'll do by color so that you guys understand which one I'm getting it from. Second would be we'll still focus on the first x, but now we want to cross it all the way to negative 5. Negative 5 times x, that would be negative 5x. And now we want to look at number 3. Since we're done with the x, we cross it with our x here, and we would have plus 3x. Then we want to do this 3 with the number negative 5. So 3 times 5 is 15. Then negative of that would be negative 15. Then of course we will add so x squared is by itself, right? So we'll put here equals to x squared. Then you see these two numbers, they both have an x. So that means we can add or subtract it together. So negative 5 plus 3 is basically 3 minus 5. So we get negative 2x. Then we have this negative 15 and we will write it down. Then this is your answer, which is quite simple. All you have to do is remember this rainbow method, where if, let's say, A plus B bracket C minus D, C plus B, is where we look at the first number, which is A, then cross it, multiply it by C, then we multiply it by D. Then after that, look at the second number, which is B, and then multiply it with C, multiply it with D. Okay, now let's look at the second question. This question is actually quite easy if you know a method, which I like to call, or like I got it from my teachers, that there's such a method called the window method. Okay, let me just expand this a bit. The window method is basically when you could draw like a box like this, and you write the symbol times here. You know, like tic-tac-toe. Yeah. Then we want to put the first number here, which is x squared, into this box here. So that means, okay, let me put it in a different color so you guys can see. This will be our x squared. Then we want to ignore the second number first and look at the last number, which is 12. We will add this 12 over here, diagonal of this. That would mean we put here 12. Now, actually, there is a rule in this window frame, is that the multiplication form of these two squares is equals to the multiplication form of these two squares. So now we just have to find factors of 12x squared. Different color. Factors of 12x squared, it can be 12x times x, can be 6x times 2x, it can be 4x times 3x also. Then we can also put this as a negative, so that negative 12 times negative x, that will still equals to 12x squared. Because a negative times a negative, that will make it a positive. So 12x squared, negative equals 12x squared. Now, how do we know which one is the correct factor? Well, we want to add up. So let's say we ignore this x with this times symbol. So, and we replace it with a plus and plus. So let's say 12x plus x equals to 13x. 6x plus 2x equals to 8x. 4x plus 3x equals to 7x. Then we look at our second value that we ignore and find out which one matches it. Is it 13x, 8x, or 7x? So since the numbers match with 7x, our two values are 4x and 3x. So we can write it down from here, 4x and 3x. So we can see again, this will equals to 12x squared, and this will equals to 12x squared. Now, let's find out what to write in these boxes. These boxes are basically like what times what equals to this number. So we all know x squared is basically x times x, right? So we know that is that giveaway x and x. Now we must think how, like ignore this number. Oh my, ignore this number. What times x equals to 4? That would be 4. Then we ignore this one. What times x equals to 3x? That would be 3. Remember to put your positive sign. 3 plus. Then how to check if you're correct is when this and this, 3 and 4, both multiply to this number. And then we have it. Then you write down this and this together. So it will be equals to x plus 4, x plus 3. Okay? I hope that helps. Now let's look at substitution. We can go this in two ways. So later I will copy and paste and show you the other way. So the first way is that, okay, firstly, before I show you the ways, we must always name our two equations. So this must be equation 1. This must be equation 2. You can put one circle or one bracket and one through. But I prefer doing this one so that you don't mess this up in your equation. So can we see a similar number here? 2x and x. Is that similar? No. Is y and y similar? Yes. But we see here there's a plus and a minus. How do we get rid of the y like that? In order to get rid of the y, it means that a positive must add up. Oh wow. It means a positive number must add up with a negative number. So that negative number, okay wait. Let's say like 2 plus minus 2 and 2 plus negative 2. Because of this, we can bring this forward, so it becomes 2 minus 2, which equals to 0, which is exactly what we're going for. So that means, in order to get rid of these y's, we must add up these two equations. Okay, so that means it will be written off as 1 plus 2. Okay, I think I should put in a different color so that you can see where I'm writing the 2. Okay, now we want to write down the equation first. You want to ignore these numbers after the equal sign, so we write 2x plus y, which is from here. Then like earlier we said we want to plus it. Then we want to add number 2, which is x minus y. That will equal to x minus y here. Then finally, will we be able to add the equal sign? Write down these two numbers, so 11 plus 1. So as we said earlier, this will get rid of these two y's. Then 2x plus x will be equals to 3x. Then 11 plus 1, that will equal to 12. Then we want to divide this by 3 in order to get x by itself. So that would become x equals to 4. But if you guys feel like you won't really remember this plus, and because this is negative and all that, let's look at x squared minus 9x plus 20. Like we said earlier, you can do the window frame, but remember in one of my videos that I think it's number 2 or number 3, I talked about the quadratic formula, which is basically we take how to find x. That would be x equals to negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in this, our a equals to 1, b equals to negative 9, and c equals to 20. So we will rewrite it as negative bracket negative 9 plus minus square root of negative 9 square minus 4 1 20 all over 2 1. Then like I said, you can use your calculator, which is press menu 5 to 2. Let me just write it here. Menu, press menu, then 5, then 2, then 2. Then you should get x equals to negative 4 or negative 5. That will be your answer. Okay. And now onto our last equation, which some people say is not the hardest, but people tend to make mistakes here. So like I said earlier, let's use the rainbow method. Instead, we only have one number at the front, which should be easier. And let me move this down a bit. Okay, so rainbow, this 2, so that would be 2x. Then we want a rainbow 2 to negative 3. That would be negative 6. Okay, I will circle here 2 and here. Then here, this is negative 4. Negative 4. Want to do it with x, so that would be negative 4x. And then we have it with negative 4 again, with plus 1. So that would be negative 4. We look for similar ones like x, and that will equals to negative 2x minus 10. This is if they want you to simplify and expand the equation. But if they want you to solve it, this will equals to 0. Then that means negative 2x. We bring this, okay, right, no. Easier way to do this is if we bring this negative 2x to the other side, which means we have to plus 2x on both sides. So that would mean that negative 10 equals to 2x. Then we must divide them both by 2, which means x equals to negative 5. So remember to read your questions properly. Sometimes they just want you to simplify. If they want you to simplify, this will be your answer. If they want you to solve, this will be your answer. Okay, and that's it for video number 7. Bye!